3, 2, 1. Sorry, my dog barked the second I said 1. 3.
Yes.
3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the We're going to keep going. We're going to try again. 3, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRP. I'm going to get through this. I promise I'm going to get through this without her doing it. Lucy, stop.
She's just part of it now, Dawn. She's just part of it.
Let's lean into it.
Jesus, language, Don. Oh,
I was going for like a grown-up Blue from Blue's Clues, but
that was obscene.
you gotta age with your audience. It's like the Digimon franchise. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. I am your lore master, Don Marshall, and around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hello, friends.
We've got Zach Smith, Ttoorriifoxx, Max Randolph, and Charlotte Moore Lambert, who are in Mordor and just having the time of their life. You guys are absolutely not doing great, honestly. There's a lot that you need to do still. Like kill a bird.
I agree with Zach's face.
The zoom in function that Zach has discovered in our
so
final few
fun.
episodes.
I promise I won't be doing this the whole time. It is just fun to play.
No. You've finally.
Please do.
This is finally a challenge to Anna Maria's lean in.
Oh, yeah,
supremacy.
You hear that, Anna Maria? I'm coming for your brand.
Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on. Hello? Hey, Anna Maria, what's up? No, we're not talking about you. Why did... Oh, she knows you're screwed.
Oh, crap. Oh, God.
For those listening on the
I wonder
podcast,
how-
we're just
like
leaning
this.
into the camera.
Yes.
Oh.
See this, Anna Maria? You see this? This might be a bit too much. I feel like, you know the guy who's like, come here, come closer.
Yes.
Back it up.
Yeah.
This is how that feels, and I'm
Yes.
loving every minute of it.
It's like, hey, you should hear this too. And then he turns to the camera. It's always great.
Yeah.
I want season 2 to be, we all have 3 different camera angles. So like the dice roll, the close up on the face, the wide, like we can buy ourselves 7 webcams each and just make this.
It'd be rad. It'd be like the fourth wall breaking camera.
Oh yeah. We're going to a full camera on just whatever the fuck this, sorry, it's upside down, but like the whole Zoom call itself, all of the rolls. Anyway,
good.
we were
Just gonna put
filming
mine across the room.
not a bad idea. Anyway,
Actually,
we were
that's
filming a
great one.
podcast. I did. Where did I stop? Internet friends. Oh,
Whoa,
yes.
Yeah.
Some people to thank before we get started. Sara Shunke at Sara Shunke on Instagram for the artwork. Little Wit the Cartographer on Facebook for your map services. And the music is created by Cullen Vance. Go to cullenvancecreative.com. Stream all his music. And just send the man money. Another special thanks to my wife. She goes by Net Tony Wife online. Special thanks to the folks at Free League Publishing for sending us an early copy of The One Ring system early 3 years ago. So it's fairly well used by now, and there are many expansions, and there's even a solo way to play with you and one other person, which I'll just put Zach through the ringer when he said he wanted a more intense kind of campaign with betrayal and, you know, I might kill you episode 1. Who even knows? Finally, a special thanks to our sponsor, The Rook and the Raven. You can go to therookandtheraven.com for all of your TTRPG note-taking needs. With all of that out of the way, I think you know what's about to happen. Because there's no theme song today. There's no theme song. You're in
I miss the theme song.
Mordor.
I do.
I also miss the theme song.
Yeah. Well, you know, ask Cullen. Wonderful stuff. When we last left off, the party had a bit of a nasty encounter with a bunch of things that were direct callouts from my childhood and the monsters I grew up with. So the sandworms from Dune stabbed Halloweth and Tinel with some of their porcupine spikes. Some mud crabs from Skyrim almost cut Tori's leg off. Sorry about that one. A cat decided to just make Toriel have a really bad few minutes. But it was a self-inflicted wound. However brave it was, you stabbed Cat Sauron in the body, and it died. And then Halloweth,
That's not
or
why
no,
he died,
excuse
though.
me,
That was
Halloweth
really
did the
be
shot.
an arrow.
Yeah, excuse me. However,
I did attempt to beat the cat around the head and body.
Yes. It's a pretty good plan, all things considered. So we are going to pick things up the next day with the understanding that we are in the midst of getting to Mordor, and I have a couple of sort of built-in encounters that you may or may not go through depending on the role. But if at any point you guys want to do anything or bed down to rest before or after, or excuse me, before I mention it, feel free to sort of dictate this as we go. Any questions before we start? Okay.
Rock and roll.
All right.
Let's get into it.
So I will ask you guys, would you all prefer to start with the travel and the scan and the explore and all of that first, or would you like to have any scenes to set up during the sort of downtime of taking first watch, taking second watch, rising in the morning, and continuing to move and having conversations?
I think we can honestly do the travel, like decide to travel through like like a small RP moment, which is just like, I mean, I assume we're all going to wake up. We all wake up feeling horrendous.
You do,
Like,
yes.
that's the main
You
thing.
all
That's how we
failed.
were
Yeah.
told.
You all failed your shadow
that's
points.
true.
So
Okay,
it's just
great.
a horrible, horrible morning.
In which case, I think all it needs to be said, Halloweth is looking so horrible, very similar to how he felt on lying on the bed in Minas Tirith, and he's gonna rise with awful bags under his eyes, kind of glower over everyone here, and just say, "We need to get to this nest now."
Packing
Yes.
things
Ariel has
quietly.
no objection. She's already been up for some time. She's packed. She's ready to go.
Beery kind of like balances that tortoise shell thing that he carved out last night on top of his pack. How heavy is this thing, Don?
So the shell itself, Max, maybe I didn't do a good job describing scale. The shell is taller than Tinel.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's
Never mind.
Yeah.
it's a mud crab that she hid behind because it was tall, and so when you're crouching down,
I was thinking boulder size.
Maybe it's just half the shell. Maybe you cut it in half with something.
Yeah. Could I take the bottom ring off?
I would make a craft
Got
check
chisels and
for
hammers
me.
and
Let's make sure you don't snap it completely, but yeah, make a
Beardy's
little
starting
craft
to
check
look
and we'll
like,
see what
starting to
happens.
look like a Koopa.
He's gonna look like a Koopa.
You look like a Koopa, or
Just midway through the bird fight, you just see him go.
For those
For
listening
podcast
on the
listeners,
Thank you.
yeah, I realized that was a very visual
Yeah.
bit. It's the classic hands of Coopers. I did that. It was funny, I promise.
It was good. It was very funny. I was there. Well, I was thinking
Me too.
it's Koopa or one of the little turtle guys from Ahsoka.
Oh
The
yeah,
little turtle alien guys. They
Lovely.
can hide and then they pop up and
love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Love
they
that.
basically do a Frodo and Sam with the cloak, except it's their shell.
Yeah.
And they're
It
adorable.
might come in handy. You just never know.
Yeah,
He's a
you-
klepto.
You need a good
Hey,
shell.
you guys have those cloaks too. Just a friendly reminder. Anyway,
Oh,
with a
yeah.
22, the shell is a hard carapace. It's a good defense mechanism for the crab, but you are skilled enough to get it undone. And how big are you looking to make it? What's the
Like Beery can get inside of it and like pick it up and walk around, but then drop it back
Jack
down.
Sparrow and William Turner
Yeah,
in
like
the
the boat.
Pirates of the Caribbean boat thing? Yes. Okay, great. Fun fact, physically impossible to do that. That is not how air works and water, but it's very
Oh, yeah,
cool
it'd be
visual.
So much buoyancy.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, so
Oh, but as you like hoist this thing up, gets his feet underneath it, and he peeks out from under his like little house now to Halloweth. You look like shit. Hooks it back down and continues walking.
I feel like shit. It is time for this to be over. Now, to whatever end. I think we're all done here.
To whatever end.
that's an extra, technically 12, but I'll make it 6, just to be fair. That's an extra 6 HP to the final boss. And yeah, I will.
Racking them up.
We gotta stop
it.
doing this as we
Yeah.
get closer.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Come on, guys.
I want it hard.
No.
That's what she said. Anyway, the day progresses as, having taken watches, you begin your next trek to Mordor. As a reminder, you were 37 miles away. Your most recent time checking in. You have...
We're 37 miles away.
sorry, 37 miles
in.
into the
Okay,
journey.
so we're still like 60 miles away.
Yeah, you are
Yay.
many, many miles away. So we are going to pick things up, and I am going to sort of change things to increase the difficulty in terms of what we are going to have you all roll. So can everyone please make me a scan check first?
All of us.
You
Let's
got
go.
All
it.
of you. Yeah, as you move.
Anything you need.
Oh, we're starting out
Gandalf!
good, baby.
What?
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Wow. I pass.
That's a Randolph.
Oh, you too.
Oh,
Sweet.
2 Gandalfs?
Ooh.
Okay.
Excellent.
With
22.
oh, there it is.
22.
Yep.
Drink for 22. Zach?
It's a 35.
Yeah, I beat mine by 3.
All right. With 2 Gandalfs and all 4 of you passing, off in the distance, way far off in the distance, but something you think you might be able to reach in the next day or so, is a kind of building that from this distance is not quite as visible, but it's like a 2-story house. Very tall. It has a gate or like a fence of some kind outside, and you do see movement around it. Unfortunately, it's still not quite as visible, just with the bugs that are sort of flying back and forth, the smoke, and you also see in between yourselves and this sort of building that there are creatures moving throughout the sort of space between you all. Most of them do not look like they are dangerous, but it is Mordor, so I think you would assume that they are some sort of like pack animal of some kind, or like something that wouldn't necessarily attack you right away. But you do see that there is movement as well.
How far away?
With a Gandalf, I'd say it would be anywhere between 8 and 12 miles currently.
Way out
12
there.
miles. Damn.
12
miles.
Yeah, you guys are still on like the plateau area, so you have a bit more of the sort of view than would
Our
normally.
elf eyes
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
as
I
well.
try and build in elf eye mechanics to not be like, actually. Hang on, where's my glasses, Charlotte? You'll appreciate me doing this for real. For those listening on the podcast, I'm putting on glasses. Actually one of the ways that you could tell that the Earth is not flat, because there's only a 3-mile distance that human beings can see with their eyes until the curvature of the Earth creates the. Oh, good, Zach's got glasses too. So anyway, yeah, I'm telling you with your elf eyes and the elevation.
We're smart now.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least we are according to 2000s teen movies.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't have any negative effects on
Wait,
people growing up.
Do I get hotter when I do?
Yeah, hang on. Wait a
minute.
You're beautiful.
Oh, I can't see your face though. If we try to kiss, I will miss. I'm very farsighted. You've ruined my nearsight. Anyway, we continue with this very serious TTRPG we're doing. Would any of you like to make any additional rolls after seeing what you see?
Can I scan in on the house to see if it is occupied?
I would say with your
lenses?
lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would
Yeah.
You know what though? With this distance, you typically roll this with favor, yeah?
If I'm using that, yes.
Give me a flat roll. Just because
Okay.
you didn't roll the Gandalf, it might shed more
Fair
light
enough.
than I mean. Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. 17, so I beat it by 6.
Okay, hang on. 4. In using your arm to sort of lock in, put down the little mechanisms that get the sort of glass in place to zoom in, you see movement in the building, and you catch the briefest glimpse of the colors gray, white, and red.
Okay.
From whatever creature moved it's like it's dark, but you can still sort of see like some semblance of color in the same way that like, oh, a mumakil is like a brownish or a turtle is green.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, okay, vaguely outlining that color. But I don't think you see anything more than that with that roll.
Okay. She relays that information and just says, I think it must be another creature of Gwai here, but I have no idea what.
Did we avoid it?
Yes.
I think
mostly
so.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have to
All right.
do we have to
We're
stealth
in
past? I'm assuming,
consensus.
yeah, we're in consensus. Let's hide. Let's stay as low as we
Go
can to the
around.
rocks. Can we raise up our like, if we wrap our cloaks kind of over our heads, almost a bit like, you know, to block away from everything else? We just look kind of like rocks from above, kind of shuffling along.
I think in utilizing the cloaks, yeah, I'm not necessarily going to give you. Do I want to give you favor? No, you don't need favor, Zach. You're a stealthy boy. You know what? I will say if Beery wants to utilize his cloak, he can use an extra D6. The thing with the cloaks
You're
was that
into that shell. He is a rock.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
right.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
right.
true.
His
Yeah.
little feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with the cloaks was like a permanent boost to stealth rather than a use as needed. But I think in this situation, yeah, I'd say you can use those. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Because just for an extra bit, like just the way that you wrap, you kind of put it over your head when you're like you see in like desert movies where
Yeah.
you always put your thing over your head.
Oh,
kind
you
of
know what?
wander
How about
on that
this?
way.
If you're gonna do,
Also breaks up your silhouette a little bit.
yeah, if you're using the cloak, I will have airborne creatures and creatures behind you roll with ill favor to see you.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Cool.
Fair.
Okay.
I'd like to
let-
roll to walk without rhythm.
Sure. Give me a dance check. All right. No, actually, this is a move. This is the next portion. Please, everybody, make me a travel check, please.
That's the straight D20, right?
That
Oh, so
is-
sorry, straight D12.
Hang on, the One Ring. I have it. So for
It's
travel,
travel, right?
yeah,
I mean,
travel.
I've got 1 point in travel.
Yeah, it'll be a default 1 for elves. For you, Hal. I have Sauron. Oh,
No, but it
oh.
is 7.
Okay.
I am favored in travel. There's nothing that stops that from being favored, right? In Mordor?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Oh.
I don't think I've ever
Oh.
rolled a proper travel
Okay.
check. I can't. That's almost
You,
impossible.
Tori, stop rolling
Yeah,
Gandalfs. Stop rolling
Atta
Gandalfs,
girl.
Tori. Okay.
No.
Yeah. I don't make it is almost it is physically impossible for me to hit my target number then.
Okay.
So no.
Okay. So no, and Charlotte, no. Okay. The Gandalfs gonna cancel it out a little bit, but that means
Damn
that
it.
in the travel, what is happening to everybody except Tinel. And what
I
you
mean, I've got a twisted ankle, so
you do,
that makes sense.
Beery
And-
can't even look ahead. He's just looking down at the ground.
yeah.
From the shell.
What you see before you over the course of your travels is the ground begin to slope down. And at the bottom of the sort of, not quite hill, but at the bottom of the slope, you begin to smell something. And you recognize animal droppings. Very common, something you've been around. But as you continue walking further north, it gets far more pungent. Until in the worst moment you could possibly imagine, there is just a huge, not sea, but like small creek sized thing of animal droppings spanning the length of like, it's about 100 feet long. I think there's
It's Shit Creek.
it's yeah, pretty much.
We're up
much.
Shit Creek without a
Yeah.
doubt.
And unfortunately, all the 3 of you step in it before you see it because it is so brown and so dark that it's actually in a little ditch. Tori, Tinel just manages to grab her foot, but yeah, the 3 of you have stepped in
Oh,
it.
how my mouth was open and everything.
This day just gets better and better, and oh boy. Okay. Well, You know, this is just bad all round. There's nothing to be done about it. There's nothing to be smelt. It's just getting on with it. We're just going to power on and know that this is just our way of traveling now. We're going to be stepping in shit every step of the way.
Deep, or is it very?
It's not deep.
Thin.
It's whatever thing you are looking at now seems to be just the area where something or many somethings emptied their bowels, but it's like dipped enough. It's like, oh, this might be a road or part of a road, but it's not been traveled in a while. But the dung is still like, oh, it's ever present because of the amount of travel it's seen.
Maybe
Are we
elves have a
passing it
superpower
perpendicular?
where we can walk on top of shit.
Hey, can someone carry me?
Aww.
Oh boy.
Actually, you know what? Rayval failed, so he's already stepped in it. So he's just gonna pick Gorge
Oh,
up.
he
And,
stepped in it already.
oh, he certainly has, yeah. And he is going to continue. We are going to go with our stealth check just to see if you are spotted at any point. And then I will give you the opportunity afterwards for explore. If you want, it is going to depend on your stealth roll.
Does he get any extra because he's a walking rock right now?
I'll give you favor on that. Yeah, that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
Tori, your facial expressions
Yeah.
were so...
I rolled horribly, but I did beat my target number, so that's all that matters. By 3.
I beat mine by 12.
Wow,
Jesus.
Good God. Barely beat mine.
okay.
I rolled so bad.
How bad?
I'm under my target. Well, I with even with 4 dice, 4d6s, I rolled a 12.
Oh.
Target number is a 14. Yeah, I see
Oh.
a 1, a 1, a 2, a
Ow.
2.
Okay.
Gross.
So I am going to start giving you all the ability to roll the d12 for, excuse me, to roll the d12 for your checks and how many miles you travel. So it will no longer be up to me for this portion because we're doing individual ones. That roll is not really, it doesn't really matter who rolls. You're not adding anything to it. I will say, though, one of the reasons I'm doing this is we are now to the point where if you roll bad enough, you now have to roll with a d6 instead of a d12.
Ooh.
Oh,
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 God.
God.
Yes. That's only cumulatively if your score, it hasn't happened right now, so you'll still be rolling a d12.
Right.
At that point, we just stand in the middle of the plains and yell "Gwai" here until
Come
he
get
shows
us.
up.
Yeah.
right.
right
Bring his
here,
ass to us.
You can't miss us. We're the ones covered in shit.
Yeah. Although we probably, don't smell like ourselves now, so it's another bit of disguise, I guess, to animals who
go.
have decent sense of smell.
Yeah, you all smell terrible.
Excellent.
Thank
right.
you, Gorge.
Who's rolling the d12?
I'm
Yeah,
taking
who
it
wants
turns.
this responsibility?
Oh, God.
Go on, Tori. You got the last.
We all know, not
Gandalf.
me.
Yeah.
Tori.
Tori. I don't like that face. Okay.
7.
Oh,
Oh,
Seven.
was a
It's a
one.
seven.
Looks
Yeah,
like the
it's a
Gandalf.
seven.
looks
It
like
did.
the
It
Gandalf.
really
Oh,
did,
gosh.
but no 7.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right.
So, 7 miles. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 43 miles. You have gone 43 of the 100 miles necessary.
We're almost
Oh my
halfway
God.
there.
God.
Halfway.
With it being 7 miles, you guys are going to spend the rest of that day traveling through Mordor, having stepped in it and seeing this sort of thing off in the distance. I actually need to make a quick roll for something that may happen later.
That.
Oh my! I was singing that too. Oh my god!
Oh, Gwahir's over there. Just there with there. I'll workshop it.
Elrond's hand
Jump
was.
attention.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Oh, God.
So
No,
just,
no, no,
just
no.
for later,
No, no,
just for
no, no.
later, I did roll
What do
a
you mean for
Gandalf.
later?
I did roll a Gandalf.
Oh, I'm
Sixes.
I did roll a Gandalf.
Jeez.
You can ask me about it later.
Was that for Rayval if getting us there instantaneously? Awesome.
If I tell
Thanks,
you,
Rayval.
it will ruin the surprise. Okay.
Don't like surprises.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking forward to what
I know
may
you're
have seen
not. That's
us.
why we're here.
Alouette.
I have an
Monster scream.
inkling, and I just hope it's not that.
So,
Oh,
you
no.
guys
What?
make your way 7 miles, which leaves you about a mile away from this building. At which point, Rayval is going to look at you and say, if it's all right with you, I still have some energy to move. I could go scout ahead, see if we could perhaps stay the night.
I'll
No.
come. No, we can do that. I'll go with you.
Halloweth, there is something in that building.
I thought we'd agreed to just
what'd you say?
avoid it.
Perhaps it left. I won't go in. I'll keep my distance, but
It-
a roof over
is-
our heads may be a viable option. Give it a beer your shell. It's
I mean, it kind of stinks in here, but it's quite cozy actually.
we need cover.
We do, and they will not see me.
How about this?
Halloweth,
2 teams, one outside and one like infiltration.
I
Huh?
don't necessarily think we all need to. I would much rather go myself. I don't want to put any of you in danger. Please.
You're not going anywhere alone.
I really, I don't mind. I feel, Master Dwarf, you are young in your years, and I do not wish to burden you with the. No.
Go, Rayval.
Very well. Everybody here make me an insight check, please.
yeah, what was
Well,
that? What was
I was
that?
still gonna go with him.
You can stealth. You would never know.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Fuck
That's what
me. Wait, guys, can I re-roll this Eye of Sauron?
You know what? Because it's
Can this
Rayval,
be
I
the
am
one?
fine with
Can
that.
this be
Yes.
the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a Gandalf.
Okay, that's
so-
Oh, lovely.
I have Sauron. He's just under the shell.
Oh,
no.
you don't.
Elf just sass me.
You don't. You rolled an Eye of Sauron. Okay.
I did.
Beery did, yes.
Oh,
Got it.
fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I re-rolled mine, so I'm at a 23 now. With a 6.
23. Tori.
19, so beat it by 4.
Okay.
Having,
I heard someone mention it. Are you following him, or are you not letting him go alone?
Oh no, I'm gonna let him go, but I'm going to follow him without him, like just stealthily. I say, everyone, it's not that I don't trust him at all, but there is something amiss, and I don't
Yes.
know what that is. So I'm going to follow him.
Okay.
Please don't let him die.
I will do my very best.
Thank you.
Okay.
What time of day is it currently? Is it getting
You've
dark?
reached the sort of evening. It's dark all the time.
It's always dark.
Yeah,
right?
but like, it's probably late. You've been going a few hours. It's
7 miles in a day
Is a lot.
when we're as janky as we are.
Yeah.
Like, that's we're
A lot.
pushing it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
in
my
that
target
case-
sorry, I'm assuming I'm stealthy now.
Yeah, you rolled a Gandalf.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sure.
Is anyone else
In that
going with
case-
Halloweth?
No. But he's going
No,
to be
and-
building kind of a temporary camp just in case this doesn't work out. We're
Got
not lost all this time.
Okay.
Tariel's looking pretty rough.
But-
She's been using the stick Beery gave her as an actual walking stick. She's visibly putting her weight on it, and at any opportunity to rest, she's just sort of listlessly leaning on it. She just watches Rayval go, and when Halloweth says he's going to follow him, she just nods.
Could I just for a second?
Yeah. What do you need?
He's like now that we're no longer moving, he's gonna flip that shell over, and it'll be like the big old dish, and he's gonna like toss his pack, his bedroll in there, and he's just like kind of collecting all of those like hot crystals that are like intermingled in the dirt, you know, for like a little campfire, and he's going to without saying anything, seeing Tariel like leaning on her stick, try to guide her over into like this big papazon chair situation in the shell.
Take a
Rest
fellowship
your
point.
foot.
God. Oh my gosh.
You know you can rock in that thing.
Wow. She will eye this dubiously. Even for Tariel, this seems a little undignified.
You can use me as a footrest if you want. I don't mind.
Oh, no.
Just because of your leg, I didn't want to.
That will be necessary, Gorge. Thank you. And then maybe her ankle throbs. She winces and, despite herself, lowers herself into the shell with as much grace as she can. But even for enough, by the time she gets into, she's sort of, whoa, it's like, it takes a minute to. This is not. She's not accustomed to sitting this way.
No. Roll me a d6, Charlotte.
Okay. That's a 5.
You regain 5 hit points.
Oh,
I'll give you that. That's just a nice
Okay.
little, hey, I'm helping my friend take the load off. You've got the fellowship point. And
It's more than Halweth has healed her in like 3 tries total.
also,
Halweth.
Yeah. So one question. I thought we were rolling an insight check. That's what I rolled the Gandalf for.
Oh,
And
excuse me.
then I
You
rolled-
are correct.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll another stealth check then, and we'll see how this scene goes.
29. So I beat my target number by 17.
Boy.
I'm not sure I can beat this, but that's only because I don't want to do the math twice. Horrible. Oh, wait, no, hang on. That's a 1. Doesn't matter. You clock either Rayval himself or the footprints that he leaves behind, darting behind rock or using a crevice or the angle of the, not road, but like the somewhat more even path that you're on at times to stay out of sight. And you watch him do a like perimeter check around the entirety of it, giving it a very wide berth, looking down at the ground, picking up the sand, sniffing it, using his nose, and then he goes inside.
What did I get for the Gandalf of Insight? What's shifty about him right now?
He was far too insistent that he go alone.
Yeah, no, I got that much, but that's all I kind of gather from him. He's
You
not.
with a Gandalf. I'll give you this. Yeah, with a Gandalf.
You could also
Oh.
chat if you don't want us to know.
No, I think it's more of a Halowith and Rayval don't have a really great relationship in terms of like knowing things about each other. I think if it were Tariel, it would be far clearer. But with you, I will say you are the only thing you have to go back to on a Gandalf insight check is that conversation you had with him before about you frightening him, asking if he'd been in love and asking for your forgiveness. And somehow there's something there. But I don't think in terms of like a Gandalf being best possible case, that's not really something you can
that's
glean
fair.
right away.
Okay. Then I'm definitely sort of following for certain, and I'm gonna peek in then. So he goes into the house. Is there like a window or a crack in the framing? or
Yeah. So
something
what
that I
you
can kind of
see
peek through?
is a large wooden building. Again, 2 stories. The sort of gate and fence around the outside seems to have been used as some kind of container for animals. You do not see any animals outside. But go ahead and give me a scan check as you kind of peer around the front before heading in.
Yeah, I probably won't head in. Is there anything? I'm assuming.
Or sorry, if you want to stay out, this is basically a scan check for the outside.
Yeah, just to see if there's any kind of weakness around it. I'm gonna use a hope point actually. This feels important. I have quite a lot as well. Okay, yeah. So with the hope, I beat my target number by 3.
By 3. Hang on. Okay. As you look around, you do see smatterings of white fur as well as brown fur, of different kinds of beasts. And in sort of looking within the building or around the building to kind of see what you can see inside. Is that what you were looking to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and spy on him to what he's doing inside. I don't need to go inside with him.
I don't
trying
think you
to-
see him on the first floor. I think as you peer inside, it looks fairly empty.
Can I? Okay. Sorry. How many stories did you say it was?
It's 2-story building.
Okay. Is there any windows kind of around the second story? Anything that will allow me to see into the second story?
Make me a scan check.
Ay.
Or I will also give you an explore check if you would like to use that.
It's exactly the same.
Okay.
But I do hit my target number.
Yeah, there is a ladder not too far off from where you are standing that brings you up onto like the second floor, but almost looks like one of those, I don't know if they have this in the UK, 2-story houses, but the top is an attic. So it's like within the sort of top of the triangle, there's a door at the end of the house.
In which case, I'm going to climb onto the roof and kind of peer, not so that I'm not like popping up, but peering more down and into it. So I'm going to try and scale the roof.
Yeah, this would be, give me,
Do an Assassin's Creed check.
Yeah. So that would
assuming
be,
it'd be athletics, would it be?
it would be athletics, but if you are trying to not draw Rayval's attention, you should also do a stealth check. I would say athletics first, then stealth.
Sure. Thank goodness I have advantage. That was an Eye of Sauron, so discount that. Yeah, I beat my target number by 4 for the athletics. And then
stealth.
Stealth.
I don't know if it's possible for you to fail mathematically. Just
I mean, I can always roll an Eye of Sauron.
True.
So, okay, hang on. Let me do maths. 5, 10, 16, 25.
25.
So I beat my target number by 13.
By 13. All right, give me 1 second. 11, 5, sorry, can't do math. 11, 12. Okay, by 1. You see through a hole in the roof, Rayval looking out at 2 different directions. He's in the corner, and there's a sort of hole that he's peering out on one side to look, this would be west, and then another hole in the wall looking north. He then makes his way further south, closer to where you went up onto the roof, looks out the sort of picture window that doesn't have glass in it, space, and sort of looks off to the other side where the patch of roof is missing and goes back to his spot.
His spot just...
he is in the corner where he can watch both the north and the west.
Okay. I'm going to draw my Galadriel's dagger.
Okay.
And just wait, because I'm going to see what's he waiting for.
Okay.
And Halworth, waiting is fine. Time means nothing.
Yeah.
So this is okay. He's just going to sit there and just hone in on, he's going to listen. He's going to check his surroundings, see if he's waiting for anything, make sure that nothing's creeping up on the building, but also, so actually I'll do a scan check for that just to make sure.
Scan check.
Balance his checkbook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he beats it with a 6, so he's pretty aware of his surroundings. And he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait for whatever Rayval's waiting for.
Okay. After about 15-20 minutes of just the most boring back and forth perimeter check you've ever seen, you understand that he's waiting for something there. I don't even think you need an insight check for that.
No, I gathered that much. Okay.
You hear from I don't think, actually, you know what? I'll let the dice decide this. Hang on.
I mean, also, while he's doing this, his cloak is very much over
Yeah,
him.
you're on the
Great.
roof. You're on the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, and I rolled so badly. That's 2 1s, a 2, a 1, and a 3. No, sorry, 2 3s, 2 1s, and a 2.
What does it mean?
It means that you see Saruman in wolf form come
knew
up, just walk right in.
I knew it.
And from your spot on the roof,
God.
from your
I knew
spot on the roof, you are going to watch as Saruman does his own perimeter check.
From
Walks-
which direction does Saruman approach? Like,
Saruman
can
is
we see him?
approaching from the... You guys want to see if you can see him?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, depending on,
Please.
I assume, so we're slightly south of the structure. We've approached from the south, right?
This is,
So-
yes. So he comes from the west, so you would be able to. You are a mile away. and you're not looking for it. So it would have to be, I would say this will be an awareness check rather than a scan check, unless only one of you wants to roll, in which case we can make it a scan as someone is keeping lookout for the night. I'll let you all decide.
What if I
I'll do
wrote
awareness because I'm favored.
What if I wrote, God, please don't be werewolf Sauron in my notes? Do I get a bonus? Oh,
Did you Gandalf it?
I did.
yes.
From the Papa's on chair? Hell
I
yeah.
did because I'm so comfy for the first time in miles. She's just chilling, just taking it all in, taking a deep breath, and maybe it just happens to be that she is just looking west.
The chair is facing the direction that Beery set it down and you sat, and it's just, you've been
Facing
staring
west,
at it the whole
and
time.
she just sees a little something, flash of gray
white, which would seem at
which
exactly
she
what.
then homes in on. And maybe she'll even say, Tinel, I can't. She's trying to like lever herself up a little bit in this thing. Tinel, I can't see. Is that what I think it could be?
Tinel leans on the shell just to like prop her up even more and puts the lens for both of them to see.
She'll
Yeah.
support herself on her stick. It's awkward, but she can lift herself up just enough.
Through the scope, you see Saruman, the werewolf white, walking into the building. I will also say you see Halloweth on the roof for this.
Yeah, so she's not going to say, actually, her first instinct is to say, oh, Halloweth.
Yeah, Tinel is grabbing her arm and like pulling her out of the thing and just mumble cursing in Elven like, I knew it, it's the only white thing we've ever seen.
Like her, ankle's all screwed up, but she gets up as fast as she can. It's very undignified, but eventually she's up.
So here's how I'm gonna do this, Zach. Your solo scene has become a potential encounter.
Well, I was gonna say, don't fucking check. There's the chances of Halloweth is now realizing, like, if he even catches a glimpse or even smells someone else coming close, whatever's gonna happen here, we're not gonna find out.
I'm gonna blow it. Yeah.
We're gonna just let something play out. He's gonna like hold up a hand and like very visibly like tell everyone just.
Well, hang on.
You're a mile away.
Oh,
I will say this: you are a mile away.
Okay. Then
However, Saruman had a very wide perimeter. He's very cautious. I will give you that you can make it about, instead of a full mile, we'll call it 0.6 of a mile. So, or no, let's call it half. So you will need to roll a number of successful athletics checks to reach it in time. And if oh yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Well, I was just, go ahead. Finish your thought and then I'll do mine. Sorry.
You're good. If you are trying to sprint to Halloweth's rescue or to Rayval's rescue, it will be an athletics check. If you are trying to go unseen for a little bit, it will be multiple rolls, including a stealth. And if you want to speed up because of a bad stealth roll, an athletics check, vice versa with athletics and then stealth. It is up to you. I leave it in your hands.
I think maybe while she's still got the spyglass in her hand, just instinctively, she's going to whip around to try and focus on Halloweth to see how he's reacting to this. And I assume she's going to see him lying flat on the roof, just waiting patiently. Mm-hmm. Like, do I see that he sees Saruman?
From this distance, I don't know if you'd know. On a Gandalf, I feel like you could probably get the sense that Halloweth isn't immediately moving to draw his bow right away. You would need to keep looking or check in intermittently just to make sure that Halloweth is doing. Just what I'm saying, mechanically speaking, you would have to look again to see how Halloweth is doing if you start making your way forward.
What's my range on Osanwe?
You haven't really tested
we don't have that here, do we? I thought we didn't have it in Mordor.
So
maybe not.
It wasn't working the last time you tried.
Okay.
Because reminder, you did hear Osanwe involuntarily as Tauriel screamed.
Right, and Sauron had been talking in our heads, so at the very
Yes.
least, maybe we had been avoiding it so that he couldn't read our thoughts. Then I'll say, I mean, without wanting to metagame, not knowing quite what the right move is, if Tinel seems hell-bent on going that direction, Tauriel will follow her, but reluctantly.
Okay. Tinel?
Tinel is moving, but not just barreling straight towards it. It is a crouch, and because we do still have the element of surprise, and we don't know what Saruman can do. So Tinel is keeping an element of surprise, but she is moving towards the house.
Okay.
Beery can't see any of this, so he's following the elf's lead.
Okay. Taking Tinel's lead, you guys make your way as cautiously as you feel comfortable doing. I will have this first roll just be a stealth check, just to see if you are spotted by the folks indoors. Halloweth, if you would like to, I will allow you to make a scan check to see if your companions are joining you, if that is on your mind, if you think from a roleplay perspective. Ooh, no, for Beery.
He's. I mean, he did scan to. He's kind of scanning all the time to see that nothing else. Not necessarily. He isn't looking specifically for his party, but he is trying to make sure that no other enemies are gonna come and
Got it.
join, because
Okay.
then he's horribly outnumbered, and that
Yeah,
could be
go
a
ahead and
problem.
make me a scan check
He's
then.
gonna
and-
make a general
yeah.
scan. Yeah, he beats
Halloweth.
the number.
Halloweth will see Tinel
26.
because she rolled an Eye of Sauron.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
I'm so
Empty
sorry.
tin.
I'm so sorry.
You
I'm
won't
so
see
sorry.
you won't see Tauriel, weirdly, even though she's right behind Tinel, because I rolled a 20 with a 6.
Finally.
Finally? Finally?
Finally, Tinel is rolling poorly. It's been 71 episodes.
Good.
All right, here we go. I too rolled an Eye of Sauron on the
Mordor
awareness
giveth
check.
and Mordor
Bless you.
taketh away.
Bless you,
Mostly
dice
Mordor
gods.
taketh away.
Bless you, dice gods.
It is insane that we have this many eyes of Sauron and
Yeah.
end-ups, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'm
This is
suspicious.
nuts.
My blood sacrifices are paying off.
I'm suspicious now of that NoCoCon meetup if you guys switched my dice. Anyway, Halloweth. Oh god, Eye of Sauron. Yeah, Eye of Sauron, you guys just struggle to get there. You're not moving fast enough. You're not clear on what's going on. You feel as though at some point someone is going to notice you. And Tinel, I think I'm going to say even on an Eye of Sauron, you are going to, in trying to stealth, also trip over your own feet. And I'm going to ask you to roll a d6 for me.
Jeez.
Oh no!
All the rubble and loose rocks and crap.
Debris.
Please
the debris.
subtract 4 hope points from your total.
Whoa!
Ooh, how many
Look
do you
at
have
hopeless.
now?
3.
3?
How do you have 3?
You only had 7?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Hang on. Well, real quick. Go completely out of gear. What's everyone's hope point count? What's everyone
12.
at? 12. Okay,
12.
I'm at 13. Okay, good.
I've used a bit in combat and
Yeah.
some checks I really didn't want to fail.
Oh
That's
my
fair.
God.
Oh my
We've been
goodness,
getting
okay.
we've been getting a lot of fellowship points.
Yeah,
I
not a
well,
lot
see
of-
29 at Fellowship. Is
28
that right?
currently.
Okay.
28.
Because we just
Um,
got one a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we
Maybe
have
I
one.
for- oh, I
but
forgot
we,
to
we,
subtract one.
We
Okay.
used one
Yeah.
last session.
Okay, 28. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and then you gained one this session. You also re-rolled that, right, Charlotte?
Oh yeah, so
Oh, does that
Because
cost
I
the
re-rolled an
fellowship?
Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're at
so
27 now.
back-
yeah,
back
so
at
27,
yeah.
got it.
27. All right.
Oh
27
my
fellowship.
gosh.
All right. Halloweth.
What happens when you run out of hope?
So here's I'm not going to explain that at all. You just can't add those d6s.
You turn into
Okay.
Juno school.
So excuse me. With the Eye of Sauron roll, but one of you succeeding, you are going to make it there. The question is whether or not you will make it there in time, and that is going to depend a little bit on what Zach does. So, Halloweth, I'm going to describe the following scene for you.
Okay.
You watch as Rayval sees Werewolf Saruman, allows him to do his perimeter check, still stays in the shadows, and very carefully takes Sauron's body, which you see now is no longer cat form, but is instead like a weird mutated like animal, like it's almost as if you left a carcass out in the sun, but it's all shriveled up like a raisin. And he's going to descend the ladder from the second floor and walk to the side that you are under on the roof as Saruman comes in the other way. And you're going to hear him say, "So you do know where to find me. Good." And Saruman is going to reply,
"Do you have what I want?"
and Rayval is going to respond, "I do. Do you have what I want?" And you're going to hear him laugh and say,
"She's safe."
and you're going to hear Rayval respond, "Show me her now." And you see Havari come out of the cloth.
Oh, when I get this bitch.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're going to hear Rayval say, "Did he hurt you?" Havari shakes her head. And Saruman is going to say,
"My end of the bargain is visible. Where is yours?"
and Rayval says, "Second floor. We're going to leave, and then you're going to go get it."
That was not part of the deal, elf.
"I don't trust you."
You know I'm not alone. I have many eyes and ears.
Very uncharacteristically, you're going to hear Rayval say, "No, I think you are alone. I think you have nothing left, and that's why you came to me to do your dirty work."
Clever boy.
"Very well. One step at a time, then." And he moves his foot forward. Rayval moves his opposite foot. One foot. Another. Another. And they're about to cross each other's paths about 6 or 7 feet away. Another. Another. 10 feet. Another. Rayval takes Havari by the hand. Takes her to the door as Saruman climbs up the steps. Halloweth, please make me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this man sold us out. He wasn't talking to Gwai here, he was talking to Saruman.
Fucking Saruman.
You said you wanted betrayal.
Sorry, won't count.
I am going to scorch this land twice.
This is gonna get
I beat my
interesting.
I beat my target number by 10.
Ooh.
There we go.
It's only a 7. Okay, it's a 4, a 2, and a 1. You watch as Saruman goes up to the second floor, gives a big sniff, goes over to the corner, picks it up, climbs down, and by the time you glance back at Rayval, he and Havari are gone. Saruman is descending the down to the first floor. It is around this time you all watch Havari and Rayval come out of the building.
You almost feel heat come off of Tinel,
Mm-hmm.
Tariel, and Beery. And she's taut as a bowstring.
Yeah, Rayval has his bow drawn. Havari has a small dagger in her hand. It's Rayval's dagger. She doesn't have anything. And they are just inching their way slowly. You know what?
Where is he pointing? Is it
Can-
just at the ground, or is he aiming
It
back
is. It
from
is
the direction
pointed.
they've come?
Pointed towards Saruman, but like at the door frame. I'm gonna actually go ahead and see. I'll do this with ill favor.
I'm gonna do a little something.
Do a little something. Ooh, do it.
Neither of them see you yet.
See
Cool.
either of us, or just Tinel?
Any of you.
Okay.
Cool. Can I
sorry, go on,
stealth?
Tom.
Yeah, sorry. Can I stealth behind Rayval?
I don't think you'd be able to right now.
Okay.
Give me a
pretty
stealth
occupied.
check. Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we stealth right in front of him. We've got our cloaks.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see if she passes.
Mm.
That's
16.
16.
So I beat it by 5.
Okay.
There is a 6 in there.
Beat it by 5. There's a 6. Okay. I am going to roll a contested awareness check. That is 4. Ooh, that is 3 6s. Plus a 4 and a 3.
Okay.
So 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 25 total. You guys are going to attempt. So Tinel, you're going to attempt to approach, and you watch as Havari quick turns around and holds the dagger to your throat and sees what she's done, backs away, holds up a finger to her lips, and just gestures to back away from the doorframe. It is around this time Rayval, not really breaking eye contact, goes, Havari, what happened? And you hear Havari go, it's Tinel. But Rayval, not breaking eye contact, says, tell Tinel, and I assume the commander and probably the dwarf came as well. Camp now. And he is going to continue to walk backwards at the doorframe. Halloweth, from your vantage point, please make me a scan check if you would like to see where Saruman goes next.
Well,
Headed west.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thing is,
west, but towards anything or, yeah.
I'm debating right now because he's watched all this happen. He clearly wants Sauron's prune for something, and I can't imagine that's good. My thought process is that could he potentially, with the right bargaining, with the right something, be a help instead of a hindrance to our fight with Gwahir? I don't think he would be, but I don't necessarily want to rule that out because we need all the help we can get.
I think in considering this, I'll allow you to make an insight check. That maybe I could point you in the right direction as Halloweth thinks of something, but it'd need to be pretty high.
Yeah, would he know essentially what that would be used for? I think that's his main question right now. Is what's he trying to glean from that? Can I actually roll could I roll a lore check to check what Saruman's capability would be in terms of using this thing? And
I will allow a lore check, but I think I'd give you a lore check at ill favor simply because this is so out of the normal purview.
That's fair. Okay. Okay.
Because Saruman was in the Battle of Minas Tirith, so like loyalties are.
I
still straight.
beat my lore check by 9
Okay.
with ill favor. Nice
With
going.
ill favor. Okay, I actually don't think I need to make a roll. You, I think, would glean the fact that he is heading west means you would assume that in heading west on your way up there, that Saruman is in some way trying to get to the ruins of Barad-dûr. And I think that's really the only like landmark you'd have in mind of, all right, Saruman's fortress, or Saruman is taking Sauron to the fortress for something. Anything beyond that would probably be beyond.
Yeah. Oh, that can't
Sure,
be good.
it can only be good for us.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely not some sort of resurrection ritual.
Okay.
No, or binding some.
Yeah, no, definitely not any bad news.
Okay. Fuck it.
Fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it, yeah, we'll do it live.
Cool shot with my bow. He's gonna see this. Nothing is good vibes on this at all. He's going for another Saruman assassination
Get him
with a
again.
hope point,
Get him again.
with a mithril
Do it.
arrow from a complete
Get him again.
stealth and surprise sneak attack.
Get his ass.
When he's got the hood up, so it is very Assassin's Creed.
Do it with favor. I'll allow it. This is
He's got elevation.
yeah. You've got
the
the
element
you've
of
got the
surprise.
Baldur's Gate elevation. The target does not. We haven't initiated
All these dice
combat.
I'm using
Just
for
right
this.
through the back of his skull. I just want to see the arrow sprout through his eye. You know what I mean?
Also, the elves would have updated Beery on all that they were seeing.
Oh yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
This-
absolutely.
How much
You're all
does
up
Beery
to
know right now?
You're up to date. You're all up to date.
Yeah.
Good grief. Okay, hang on. I rolled 7d6 for this. I rolled a 37.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, dude.
So I beat my target number by 25.
Okay, so here's how I'm gonna. Will you?
Bad
I'm
dog.
gonna I'll minus some mithril arrow for this.
I have one of the coolest bad guys ever.
Yeah.
And you kill him 3 times.
I thought about it. You know what? Part of my decision making was I have such ridiculous stats in my bow, and with the mithril arrow and sense of surprise, I've rolled well. I'm in the complete snake eye. I could do this, but Don has tried to do something fun with Saruman thrice now, and actually, to the werewolf was cool. The werewolf was a great.
That was a
bit,
great battle.
but that was great, real fun. I don't need any more, and I would love to know after all this is over what you have planned. But for now, while we're playing in this game currently, I don't want to know. I don't want to know or see or feel shit. I want this guy dead.
That was, oh my god, that's going on TikTok 100%. You are, that was like Brennan Lee Mulligan levels of monologuing there.
And then what happens?
What happens?
Here's what's gonna happen. It's Saruman, so there's still a little bit of magic in there. So I'm gonna make some rolls to see if, for any reason, this guy can dodge, duck, dip, dive, or dodge.
Or die.
He has to succeed all of them or roll a Gandalf. There are going to be, one is going to be an awareness check to see if he hears the twang of the bowstring. The second is going to be an athletics check if he passes the awareness check. And then if he wants to launch himself at you at ridiculous speed, we're all going to roll for combat, and it's going to be a very different episode. Or maybe
your
it's the
dice,
same
yes.
episode. Oh, yeah.
Does
All right.
does the fact that he has to beat his target number by 25 mean anything?
It means that he has to roll a 25 on his
Okay.
rolls for this one specifically. So 6, 12.
Or 37. Well, I rolled a 37. He has to beat it. by
Yes,
25.
sorry. I'm taking, when it's contested rolls, sometimes I take the difference. Sometimes if it's me or the environment, I roll the D6 as like a difficulty. It's
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, just because I have so many NPCs, I couldn't build that many
Yeah,
character
that's
sheets.
totally fair.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see it.
All right, you
those
want to see the
dice.
dice? You want to see the dice? I
Yeah.
have to roll a 25
Yes,
or
please.
higher. Oh wait, hang on. Notes. You can't see that. You can't see that. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Here's the D12. It's an eye of Sauron.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he doesn't notice.
This dumb bitch.
Eviscerate him.
Oh, the hubris.
Oh, wait. no, this is
Saruman
perfect.
cannot get away from me. I have his number, bitch.
Halloweth. An eye of Sauron is considered the worst possible outcome. For Saruman, in this instance, at my decision, the worst possible outcome is not instant death for him. The worst possible outcome is dying at the hands of your enemies while still alive and able to be questioned. If you would like to kill him instantly, you will see that as you're going to describe how you shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to see breath in his lungs for just a moment before it fades. And the spirit, the black ooze, comes out of his mouth and is forced back inside. I leave it to you to approach if you so choose, if you want.
The twang of the bowstring is, the elven bows are just gorgeous. It is nigh on silent in this weird, you know how snow kind of dampens down sound and makes nothing? So does ash. And so you hear he is nothing as the arrow spirals forward and doesn't cleave him through the head or the neck or the eye like last time. It goes straight through the small of his back, severing a spinal cord and completely paralyzing him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He is going to bleed out eventually. But until then, Halloweth, without even, he doesn't really, he knows the others are there. They're going to look after, they're going to focus on Rayvol and Havari right now. He descends, he approaches, and he's going to notice him on his back, kind of stuttering for breath, and say, "Third time's a charm, don't you think? Now tell me," and he's going to press his boot right onto his little wolfy throat. "What is it you desire? And what do you think you can get from this?" And he kind of kicks away the prune of Sauron.
With a gasping breath, "There is reason they call him the Necromancer." And I will say at this moment, the black ichor shoots from his mouth and again forces itself back down into his body.
Tori?
I'm sorry.
Ooh. Halloweth is going to call out, "Barry!"
That door is off its hinges now.
Yeah, you are right by his side almost instantly.
Terrific. Barry, I need a strong container now.
Yeah, and he's got his pack back on, obviously. Yeah, he's going for all the bottles and jars and all the crap that he has saved from all of these adventures. Yeah, there's
Fantastic.
a cork, a bottle with a stopper. One of the potion
Terrific.
bottles from Radagast, actually.
Amazing. Oh, a wizard one? That's excellent.
Perfect.
He's going to push him again. "Who or what do you wish to see rise, vermin?"
I just want to say for the record, I know that this is my own doing. You watch as Werewolf Saruman, with a gasping breath yet again,
There is only one Lord of the Rings.
it's so good, but excellent. He wishes for. He's still going after this bloody partnership. This is not gonna. Okay. And then Hallow's gonna go down and like scoop the arrow back up, take the barbed point of the mithril, and just right across his throat.
For the third time.
He's like looking and smiling as he does it as well, like, got you again.
He can't even talk. With a 37 and my Eye of Sauron, there's no final snappy word. He's just gone.
Terrific.
And as that ichor
Yeah.
rises from his maw, bottles.
Now, Barry.
Beer, you grab some of that ichor inside the elven bottle.
Just trying to make sure he's not coming back until we say so.
Yeah, if ever. But and if he ever does, we got some of it. So even if he ever does, he will never be fully formed. He will never have that power again.
Yeah. He squeezes the stopper down real tight and gives it a little shake. Looks at Halloweth and looks down at the werewolfen corpse. And then looks to the mithril heroine. Oh, that he made. Well, I guess it's technically mine.
You can't your weapons. If it's your weapon, I've been using so much of your stuff.
That means most of the kills
we need
in this.
recount Apex.
I'm not. Hang on a second.
Tinel's kills are yours. Halberad's kill. By that logic.
Wait. Hang on a second. We're not. That can't be. You can't take that.
It's the law of transitivity, man. I don't know. Beery doesn't make the rules.
That's not how kills work. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? He's gonna just have him. Nice catch. We'll share this. This one's for both of us.
I'll allow it.
For you.
I'll allow it.
This is for all elves and all dwarves out there.
What I wouldn't do for a beer.
Oh, you're telling me.
We have to make it back to camp. In his very brooding voice, Ravel is like, now. And no talking.
How far? Wait. But how far away? So we've got like Raval, Tinel, Zariel, and Havari over here. How far away was this Saruman thing happening? Like, would we have seen that?
not far at all. It all happened sort of.
Oh,
not
so we would have seen.
Yeah, you would have seen it happen. You would have absolutely seen
I
it happen.
assumed that Raval and Havari kind of booked it out of the house, but I guess they were slowly backing away.
Yes, slowly backing away. They didn't make it terribly far by the time you guys caught up with them. I will say though, you did see Saruman. And all of
that's important. Okay. That's important for Tinel's anger. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough.
Halloweth's seeing Raval for the first time.
Yes.
Again. So he's going to sock him in the face.
Oh,
beat me to it.
Tinel. Tinel has the exact
I'm so sorry.
same thing.
Come on, man.
I'm so sorry. Actually, no. If you're with him right now, if you're with him right now, you can do that, and then I'll come up. Like after my business is out, like we're doing our business over here. You by all means have a scene while like a meanwhile kind of thing.
Okay, yes, we'll do a meanwhile. Tinel, there is not much time. We might twang of a bowstring happens, something, and you just give me your. What are you doing? Give me the punch.
Well, would Tariel like to go first? Because Tinel's in her wind up.
No, I mean,
boil over.
Philosophically, yes. I don't think in the moment it's quite time. I don't think it works out just yet. 'Cause Tariel, she might even be leaning on you a little bit. She's got her stick.
Yeah.
She's not quite. Yeah.
Tinel sees Saruman. More anger enters her body. And she just grabs Raval's lapels, and there's not a wall to throw him against, so she's just walking and backing him up and just screaming.
Tinel!
How dare you
watch your voice
here?
Tinel! I told you she was safe. I was keeping her safe.
In a house with some... You spoke to Saruman, not Gwai here.
Yes.
Didn't you?
Yes.
Your explanation better rival our greatest songs in beauty, because that is the only saving grace of you before I put you in the dirt.
I would light myself on fire to keep her warm in the night. Do you think there is anything I would not do to protect her?
She holds him, releases, starts to turn around, and comes back and just socks him.
Yeah.
Just straight down.
Roll me a d6.
Yeah.
Lay him out.
Actually,
roll
yeah,
the
no,
cone.
d6.
5.
5. Raval takes 5 points of damage.
Sweet.
Cool. Excellent.
Can
Tariel?
it be all emotional damage?
Yes, it's psychic damage as well as physical.
What happens to Rayball when he gets
Oh,
knocked?
Raval goes not quite down, but does the stereotypical, face. Was it cheekbone, nose? You're going for any specific body part?
Ooh, not really. I think I was just going for the side of his face.
Cool.
Like,
Just
most damage
cheek,
I could get.
yeah, cheek. Definitely gonna have some kind of black eye later.
When he straightens, he will just see Tariel suddenly also standing quite straight with her stick. He'll sort of be, I assume he's down at an angle.
Yeah.
He'll look up and see her just standing over him. And she doesn't look angry. She just looks disappointed.
Way worse.
Was any of what you told us true?
Yes, but the plan went awry, as they usually do, so I improvised.
You said you spoke to Gwai here,
Yes.
not Saruman. I want the full explanation. And she turns to Havari too, because she doesn't know that she was a captive, and says, I want the full explanation of why you two are risking your life for what?
Is this about the time Halloweth might be coming?
I think
back?
Halloweth would probably, see it. If would you like to punch him in the face before I give?
Yeah, no,
That's what
cool.
I wanna know.
Yeah, he comes up immediately. He's not talking. There's no talking, and nothing needs to be said. Whack.
Cool.
Again.
Roll me a d6.
Yep. No, only a 1. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
But,
Beery,
but
you want to punch him? Just going around.
Oh, it seems like they got it pretty well handled. Honestly, he's enjoying the show. Like
Okay.
he's kind of like halfway down the stairs, just kind of like leaning on the handrail, just
I will say
enjoying
the
Rabel's-
advantage to a dwarf punching an elf is you're always punching up.
or at the perfect level for not in the face, but
That was not the
Yeah, that is what.
Halloweth is going to drag him up again by the scruff of his shirt though, and go and slam him against the side of this cabin.
Oh.
And say, I don't care who you love. I don't care what feelings you have. You do not jeopardize everything we sacrificed, everything Middle Earth has been through for the sake of one human. You never put your own needs above everyone else's.
I told you not to follow me, and I had it handled.
Do you know what Saruman was going to do? Are you aware of his power? He was going to raise Sauron in the Tower of Barad-dûr, so that once again a dark shadow of evil will reign across Middle-earth and cause further havoc. So many lives lost. And that is after Gwahir. Are you aware of the damage you have potentially caused? It is fixed now because I followed you, because I was there. That isn't going to happen. Now, after this is over, you are taking Havari, and I never want to see you again. If I do, I may not be as gentle. And he lets him go. He doesn't want to hear any explanation. He is back to the camp. He is putting his arrows back in. He doesn't care. Havari and Raval mean, honestly, very little to him.
Fair.
Halloweth, please add one more shadow point to your total.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think Raval's going to say anything. I think he is going to be thoroughly silent and just very chaste, but with the expression of, I would do it all over again if I had an option. to do so. Havari is going to come up to you, Tinel, and say, we were captured by some of what we thought were Gwaihir's orcs, but they were actually Sauron's orcs or Saruman's orcs working with... It's very... We got caught.
Where?
The cave system.
Where?
It was... I slipped on a rock. A Sengaya made it out, but I'm not sure where.
Go to the camp.
Okay. And she walks off. And we are going to go ahead and take our 5-minute break right there.
Oh,
Well done, you all. Well freaking done.
Man, no, that's all Halloweth again.
Hey,
Saving
Yeah,
everyone.
that was
Oh yeah.
way to
pretty
go.
Nice
badass.
shooting.
And welcome back. When we last left off, there's a twink and he's in some trouble. The couple that has been the essentially B story to this entire campaign of the microcosm of love, my version of Baron and Luthien, the Timothy Chalamet Zendaya love story that we all want, but congratulations to Zendaya and Tom Holland for getting engaged yesterday. Shut up, Zach. It's true, but I don't care. I mean, look, if the three-piece suit fits, wear it, you know? That's what I'm saying. Zach in the chat said
there you go.
for those in the podcast, Zach said I'm the twink, which, as I've mentioned, Rayval is just 15-year-old me with a couple of extra bells and whistles like immortality and the inability to, well, no, I still can't talk to. Anyway, we're gonna continue as we move on from self-deprecating humor to the story as you all make your way back to camp.
Wait. Why are we leaving this lovely, cozy home with cover?
We don't know who else he told.
Shut up.
Very well.
You better listen to her.
Yeah. He stay silent.
Are we going back to camp or are we staying here?
With camp, I think we have more visual range to see if anything sneaks up on us. If we go into a small enclosed place, we can easily be ambushed. And there is a chance that they now know where we are.
I mean, I could trap this place.
That would be lovely.
Okay.
You know, make sure there's, some nasty surprises if something were to happen.
I cannot think straight. Whatever you think is best.
Let's stay here. Do we have any wine or anything like that? I need a pick me up real bad.
We do.
Actually, I double checked. I have 2 bottles of wine still.
Yo!
Are they Mirkwood wine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
We need
Actually, I don't know. I just have 2 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Yep.
They can be Mirkwood. It's fine.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Tinel just takes them out and just kind of shoves them, not meaning to be harsh, but she's a little wound up and just kind of forces them into Beery's hands.
What in the beer's hands?
The 2 wine bottles.
Oh yeah. Hey, I thought you were talking about Havarti and fucking.
Oh no, they're my quarry right now.
He delicately sets the wine bottles down as a reward for his work. After this, he's going to go sabotage the ladder outside, with his little handsaw. Cut the the third from the top rung, just enough to where it will bear a little weight. But once someone puts a little bit more, it's going to be a shit show coming down.
Cool.
It'll be very noisy if anyone tries to climb that ladder. And then on the door and windows, I'll work on it. There's gonna be booby traps. There's gonna be Home Alone in this bitch.
Yeah. Hey, make me a craft check just to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Okay. I'm not worried about you setting up the traps. I'm worried about you having one of the traps go off in your face.
26.
Yeah, with the 26, you have no problem setting up the traps you see fit. Max, I'll let you cook while Tori simmers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And Howlett cools off.
Before he gets busy,
please.
Papa's on chair is fully deployed for Tariel.
Got it.
In the house, we're gonna make this house a home.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
How far is camp from the house? It's about a mile,
about
right?
a mile,
so we got to schlep all this stuff, so that takes a little time.
Yeah, we'll say you can bed down for the evening and kind of go from there. Yeah.
Tariel, as exhausted as she is not quite ready to avail herself of sleep or sitting. She where is everybody in the house?
So you guys are going to watch as Rayval and Havari speak to each other briefly. Rayval is going to, Havari is going to say, "We'll take first watch while you," and then you all take
Excellent.
Your time
I will be joining you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Wait, we gotta talk. We gotta have a bit of wine before we go
We're
taking
in
watches. and
Mordor, Beery.
Hi. I gotta keep my spirits up. If I get in the dark, you don't want to see what's on the other side of that. So I think we need a little bit of joy before we hunker down.
I'm not much in the mood for joy, Beery. Not tonight.
I'm sorry.
Looks at the
Beery.
bottle. Looks at his friends. Sets it down. Doesn't open it.
Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Excuse me. I was looking forward to that.
You and me,
Well,
pal.
as a surprised as Charlotte is.
Oh,
Look who's out.
He's just pissed. He's angry. This is the perfect time to be drinking.
Yeah, we could angry drink. Oh yeah, perfect.
For the children listening on this
yeah, don't do
podcast,
that.
please don't do that in real life. This is a very, this is a man in much need of mental health exercises, as we all are.
He's doing grand, but he's very angry. He's angry, but he's also pleased. He's like, we have averted a crisis that could have been catastrophic in the future. That is worth drinking to. So, Barry, I will help you with the traps. Let's get our work done, and then we'll crack it open. We don't need to talk that much. We're going to let Tinel probably deal with them. And then we're going to relax.
We're gonna relax so hard after a good day's work. Great traveling, by the way, and also nice shot, my friend. Could you imagine being in Ravol's little elven boots right now? All right, let's get to work.
Be quaking. Let's go.
DM, are these inward opening doors or outward opening doors?
Which ones do you want them to be?
Pull like they open out. Would be great.
Roll me a d12 on a 7 or higher. They'll be the kind you want.
Has something just passed between Tori and Don?
No, I saw your reaction to Zach's facial.
Oh.
I don't know if I can truly describe this for podcast listeners. I just watched 15 emotions go across Zach's face when he said the word relax. Very similar to, and this is a deep cut, there is a gif of the 12 frames that Tom Hiddleston says, "Tell me," in the first Thor movie. And it's like grief, anger, sadness. And it's such an expressive, I watched that happen in your face and it was fucking diabolical, man. It's scary. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Acting.
Yeah. Oh my. All right.
Surprise.
Great.
They are inward work. I rolled a 6, so that means they are inward opening doors. But that's okay.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, he's going. You know what he's gonna do? I got it. You know the great bucket water trick if you open the door and
Yes.
but he's just gonna balance the biggest rock nearby. So the door will be slightly ajar and that thing will be just bouncing. And anything opens that door, it's announcing everything, and someone's gonna have a welt in their head.
Okay.
And then just honestly barricade the windows.
Okay.
Just barricade them.
Okay. Yeah.
Leave it one way in.
If you think of anything else, with a 26 craft check, I want to leave you to your Max's mind to work something out. You let me know.
Okay.
Tinel.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Havari is just doing a scan outside, making her scan checks, making her awareness checks and such.
Where is your paramour?
Glances over her shoulder, on the second floor, keeping watch out of that same window to the north and west. Raval standing. They are not together.
Far away from me as possible.
He is frightened of, well, at least you and actually most of you, I think, except Beery. But
I mean, he should fear Barry as well.
oh, I know that, but he had the best of intentions, but
Well, you are here now, aren't you?
I am, but I don't want to be. I'm not you, Tinel. I can't lords, I must look like a mayfly to you. I'm so young compared to... It doesn't matter.
It makes you think I think that I can defeat Dark Lords. I am hoping against hope.
So is he. So maybe don't punch him too hard next time.
No promises.
That's fair. I'm sorry I got caught. I know you've tried to train me to defend myself, and I still... It wasn't his fault. It wasn't Sungai's. It was...
You got caught.
We got caught.
I cannot be mad about that, yet I am. I don't know what your plan is. After this, I don't know if you continue with us. I would have to do some convincing to our elder. And she kind of like turns her head towards Halloweth.
You watch her get a little somber. Give me an insight check.
Gladly. That would be a Gandalf. Thank you very much.
She's back, baby.
Okay. Tinel, you look at this young woman who has been the cause of Tauriel's pain by having arrows shot in her back twice, who has fallen in love with an immortal elf despite being mortal herself, who has gone through any number of trials and tribulations you know nothing about in her first 20 odd years of her life, but you have watched her grow now. But as you look at her, she is a scared young woman, and you are a being she only heard tales of in stories growing up, and is now somehow your protege. It's a little bit of a Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi situation, but Luke wants to go home, and you see in Havari's eyes that she is just as scared and does not think she is capable of doing this, nor does she want to.
Tinel softens and puts her hands on Havari's shoulders. I mean it this time. I need you to listen to every word I say.
Yes.
You are in the back lines, always. The moment you feel that you cannot do it, you run, you hide. I don't care if Rayval is following you.
No persuasion check needed. As you see, not a single tear, but many, as she bursts into tears, wraps her arms around you, hugs you.
Yeah, she just pulls her head into her shoulder so it like almost to spare her some of her dignity. Just to muffle her cries.
Heaving sobs.
Tinel. Yes.
I don't want to be in the back line. I want to go home.
I know. I am going to find a way, but you must give me just a little bit of time, because I did not anticipate this.
We got caught.
I know, it is an unfortunate situation and we must adjust, but I will get you home.
My dad always said promises are no good if it's out of your control. So just do your best. And then once this is all over, I don't really
have a home to go to anymore. I don't know if... Are your woods... You've talked about them being destroyed, but I saw...
Yes, you and I have that in common. Wherever I land, you will be there as well. All right?
I would like that very much.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, of course.
And Tinel turns heel, and it's Raval's turn.
We go now to Raval. I will ask, just to give folks the opportunity, does anyone else want to join Tinel in punching Raval again? Or, I mean, talking to Raval again.
I would actually like to talk to Raval.
Okay. Would you like to do that
Perhaps-
separately or together?
Yeah, I think this is concurrent with her conversation.
Okay.
With Tinel's conversation.
Okay,
with
great.
Havari.
We'll say after a little bit of that conversation, you two both walk over to Raval. Ladies.
No. So while Tinel is having a conversation with Havari.
Oh. Okay.
Tori, so because Raval's upstairs.
Raval is
right?
upstairs,
Like,
yeah.
He's upstairs alone,
Yeah.
looking forlornly out a window as elves do. And perhaps having decided that she's not going to avail herself of wine right now. She's not helping with the trap building. Kind of needs something to do. She puts her stick down. She's doing okay. She goes upstairs, and without preamble, just approaches Raval and stands beside him and looks out the window.
Sky's getting darker.
If that's possible here.
I think anything might be possible here.
For good or ill.
That remains to be seen, but maybe, if we time this right.
Raval. She reaches into one of her pockets. She pulls out something none of you will have yet seen, I don't think, and perhaps Raval has not seen either. Small, smooth stone with dwarven runes on it. I've lost everybody. She looks at it thoughtfully for a moment, holds it out where he can see it, does not explain its significance to him, but says, "I've been where you are. And I wouldn't change it. For all the world. For any fate." She puts it back in her pocket. But I must ask where you think this will end.
I have foreseen two possible outcomes. The utter ruin and destruction of all of Middle-earth and the domination of Gwaihir or Sauron or whatever Dark Lord comes next, or salvation and the chance to rebuild.
That is not what I am asking.
I know, Lady Tariel, but Minas Tirith is out of food. There's barely anything left, and with the new armies, we have all of these forces marching on empty stomachs towards a black gate. I fell into despair. I did not see a way out.
There's always a way out. But her place here, you must take her home.
Do you think Tinel trusts me to do that?
I don't trust you to do that. I don't know what I trust you to do now.
Do you trust that I care for her?
Yes. And that is why. She cannot be here.
I know. will take
She's
her
not
back.
Tuor.
No.
She is not barren.
Nor am I. Though it would seem our destinies are at least somewhat paralleled.
You think very highly of yourself.
I'm only pointing out the physicalities. I have no doubt my part in this story is over. Perhaps we shall, too, disappear into the nothingness of Middle-earth, to be lost to the lands.
A bit melodramatic even for a poet, Rayval.
Well, I'm a creature of habit, my commander. I'm sorry.
We have been through much together.
We have?
I have depended on you for many things. For aid, for advice, for friendship. I think there is still another story you can write that has nothing to do with the little book you have entrusted to Tinel. You might want to make sure she hasn't thrown that into a hole, by the way.
That is an excellent point. I will
But your
talk.
story cannot be written, I think, without Havari, and I think you cannot go on with us after this.
I'm sorry I lied.
I am too.
I did not see another way out.
I wish you had asked.
I wanted to be a hero.
Sometimes it is just enough to be a poet in the right place, the right time.
Perhaps I have one of you write the portion where I betray your trust.
That remains to be seen, I think.
I'll get her out. I'll get her out.
See that you do. And she turns and walks away.
Okay. Tinel, I think you will see Rayval,
They'll
Free-
pass each other. Tinel and Tara will pass each other on the stairs.
the
Tariel
moms
gives
are...
her one of these little, like, I warmed him up for you nods.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I'm going to get some wine.
Lady Tinel, do you mind the other cheek this time, just so I don't...
She grabs his lapel halfway through that sentence. You used a palantir. A stone Gwahir can look into. What is Faramir's plan that you know even a part of? And how badly have you shattered it?
Shattered feels a bit... mellow.
Mm-hmm.
Faramir's plans are complex. He is tired, but what it boils down to is this. Chaos. As much chaos as possible to draw him out in some final gambit, one-on-one combat. Do you remember when he threatened to march to the Black Gate and defeat Gwahir in single...
Faramir. She says that. Can I roll an insight check to see if he's still telling the truth?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's where Tinel's at right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Da-da-da. Okie dokie. Uh, 18, and there is a 6 in there.
With an 18, he is rattled. And you're not sure if he's capable of telling a lie right now. This is a very much a poet in the midst of writer's block, but 10 times over because it's the actual end of the world sometimes for him. He wanted to
Faramir.
march on the Black... Sorry. You're going to hear him in all of this
Yeah.
and sort of the insight. He's going to see the look on your face of sort of more explanation. He wanted to march on the Black Gates with a small force, have another force go through Kirith Ungol, or potentially have the wizards or Radagast befriend Shelob.
Oh
He
my
wanted
God.
Halbarad offered to scale the mountains at one. There was
Yes.
when Gandalf arrived, it gave Faramir new hope, and yet it almost came too late. We have very little we have not tried. Tinel, you are not the first group that has been sent on this kind of mission. Very early on, other humans volunteered their services. None came back. But we are out of options. So we are improvising.
Seems we all are. We had the same plan as Faramir, basically.
Then I do not see why you all cannot press forward. I will be taking Havari back.
Good. You get her out of here alive.
I will do my best.
No, you will. She has a sister.
I know.
You will.
Very well.
Let's go with this shirt. I suggest you be on your best behavior. Because only Beery can really persuade Halloweth. So he is your only saving grace in leaving here unscathed.
Then I shall put my trust in the dwarves.
Very
And
good.
You see him kind of sigh, like, it's come to that now in my life. How old am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Oh,
Tinel makes a very, careful, with that
yeah,
sigh of his.
he is a good creature of Middle Earth. Him and the boar. I've grown rather fond of both of them.
She fake goes to punch him and just stops and just leaves. I hope the best for you, I do. Because I already promised her my lifelong protection, and I think you are now chained to that.
It would be my honor to stand beside you to keep her safe. Will you come with us? Back. No, I'm sorry. I should not have asked.
Tinel takes out the scroll of his
Ah,
and gives it back to him. Just finish it.
do you want to hear the rest?
Yes.
Hang on, guys. I gotta get my phone out.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, still not finished fully because we're still in the episodes he's writing about. Not to get too mad.
Well, he's gonna run into what Tinel wrote at the end.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
So I'm giving you this weapon.
Do you guys mind if I read you my poetry that I wrote for my fan fiction?
Oh my god, please.
Okay.
Okay, wait. So can we just, since Beery and Halloweth are outside eavesdropping, can Tariel have gotten to the bottom of the stairs, watch Tinel go up, with a fire in her eyes, and maybe just just is hovering at the bottom of the stairs. I mean, it's not a big shack anyway, so
Yeah,
for
we're in
elf
this little
ears-
Yeah.
rickety thing.
It's
Yeah.
paper thin. We can hear everything.
Yeah, I think there's an understanding that you're gonna hear each other no matter what. He's
Okay.
putting on
Okay.
the riz a little bit.
Right.
Come gather round, friends, and hear of the tale of misfits, magic, and men, of elves and of dwarves and animals too, faithful and true to the end. A new dark lord came forth and sought to corrupt these great saviors and heroes of old. Galadriel, Gandalf, and Lord Elrond fell into darkness most bitter and cold. For Gwaihir the eagle, though strong was his mind, did fall into darkness on high. He cast down the fellowship who fell to their deaths as he flew to the dark eastern sky. The one ring, he cried, it now rests in my claw, how perfect and golden and pure. Truly I deserve this, it was meant to be mine, of this the Wind Lord was quite sure. Gwaihir threw down the Dark Lord, Sauron is no more, or so the free peoples did say. In truth Sauron waited in the form of a cat, as his evil grew more by the day. Where there were those that opposed him among elves, dwarves, and men, though there were folk of all different kin, the dwarf and the elf from Mirkwood, dark and green, and 2 elves from old Gondolin. For Halloweth and Tauriel and Tinel too, 3 elves sat alone in their wood, met a stout humble dwarf who had come from the north to find what adventure he could. As their fates did align, these heroes went forth to save Middle-earth from its plight. Through failure and friendship and loss and great love, their fellowship kindled a light. To Gondor the 4 cried, the White City stands, a pillar of light in the gloom. A siege we will bring to this dark-winged king. Come now, let us go to our doom. As these 4 sought the north, the south, west, and east, a great host did they raise with their words. Do not fall to despair, there is hope yet anew. Come with us to slay the great bird. From the north came the Dunedain, Halbrand at the head. He was strong and was brash and was brave. I shall answer the call, he said to these 4, our lost kin in the south I will save. From the north did come 2 lost wizards in blue, but the tale of theirs is not known. Only now time will tell if their powers will aid to see this dark lord overthrown. From east in Rivendell came the heroes of old, Glorfindel and Elrond and kin. Elrond's daughter went south to the paths of the dead to rekindle the hope of dead men. For she was with child, Isildur's true heir, though a second child lay in her womb. She fell into nightmares most cruel and most foul, at the claws of a cat in a tomb. From the Lorien wood, the elf Haldir the valiant, quick with his blade in his mind, he said to the others, I will save whom I can, for in him a great hope elves did find. As this group, though most strange, did kindle the heart of an old elf king who wept in halls, King Thranduil's son Legolas was no more, but the elf king answered their calls. And Thranduil cried, I go north to the dwarves, my son's death shall not be in vain. These 4 kindled in the king a flame most eternal, to fight the great darkness and pain. Now my part in the tale is about to begin, for I too met these heroes of old. Tauriel my commander joined with the others, and I saw in her eyes no more cold. Then came forth the men, south in Rohan they were, a usurper now sat on the throne. For Grima the Wormtongue slew Theoden king as his niece sought to take back her home. Rohan to me, the king's niece, did cry out. She was Eowyn, fair, strong, and keen. As the Rohirrim watched and the shield maidens too, they cried, there is one whom I could call queen. Yet in Rohan there lay a great bear in a cage, mighty Grimbeorn, a man yet a bear. His children he lost, and he went south to find them, for truly their minds were ensnared. So the 4 met the bear, and met Eowyn too, though a Balrog did stand in their way. As 4 became 6, they did fight the great shadow, as these new friends did win out the day. Then in tall Isengard, those wizards in blue had been snared by a traitorous friend. But Saruman the White, though quick as he was not fast enough to move his great head. Then these 6 became 7 as Halbrand arrived, and with him was Elrond the Wise. Let us destroy this evil, come east with me now, these spiders shall not be our demise.
So the seven then parted, and the grey company formed. As the spiders did grow to full might, the grey company put Shelob's spawn to the flame, as Radagast brought forth the light. As the seven turned four, plus a king and twin sons, Lord Elrond, the half-elven did tread, to seek out his daughter, whom he knew quite well would fear neither living nor dead. To the paths of the dead Undomiel did go, on Duril western flame shone anew, and a few that had seen her pass by in the night ever heard of a legend more true. The four and myself did slay this great cat and his 9 ensnared kings long ago. Then Arwen Undomiel called forth the dead to her side. We will fight, said the king, with new hope. Yet further south still did our 4 heroes go, as Erkirion sought what was lost. To Tolfalas, come with me, my father is there, for him I would pay any cost. These 4 went with him south, and a pirate they met, though the corsair had changed quite anew, for Lady Sengaya saw the truth in her eyes as they spoke to the hearts of her crew. With the 4 too was Havari, and you see here he chokes up. A human woman most pure, a mortal with a flame in her eye. Great loss she endured with her sister beside her, but not one wet tear did she cry. I have to be strong, said Havari most fair, for my sister is young and is kind. I shall protect her, and I have but my bow. New friends in the south I shall find. Erkirion's father did sail to the north, as a diamond guided all of their ways, as Faramir the steward found an unlikely ally in an old wizard called Gandalf the Grey. But white was his raiment, and kind were his words, as a plan was then forged between 2. A cat's mind is tricky, and Sauron's more so, but this secret was kept between few. And he trails off there, and silently reads what you have written, Tinel. Would you like me to read this?
And Tinel, tell if people are listening in.
From downstairs, you just hear, read it!
Come on, it's getting good.
Tinel just like closes her eyes and doesn't say anything. And then just nods.
You hear in a slightly more raised voice. Halloweth, please find your peace wherever it may be. Tauriel, you are more capable than you know. Shine, Beery. Do not lose your light. Guard it and kindle it. To all who I have loved, live now, in spite of it all.
Just in case. And she just turns and just turns and finds her bed.
Max. Go ahead, Max.
Did I get him?
I think you got him.
You good, Max?
I'm okay.
That was beautifully done, Don.
That was
It was
great.
very nice.
Thank you.
Enjoyed that thoroughly.
It was lovely.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to finishing it.
I think you will see Raval say, I'm only sorry it won't be me there to see the Dark Lord fall and tell the tale true, but I trust.
We'll only embellish it a little bit.
Oh, I'm quite certain I won't need to exaggerate. It will be glorious.
And Nell just leaves and goes and finds her bed.
You watch as Raval looks over at Havari, and as you're sort of climbing down the ladder, Havari's gonna nod and say, I told you he was good.
Don't push it.
Okay. And Raval and Havari just give each other a hug up on that second floor as the rest of you spend time downstairs. I will give you this moment to interact. Otherwise, we will have our evening watches and then our travels.
Leaned up after traps are all done, and after we've been regaled by an awesome poem, leaned up with our backs against the wall. I imagine there's like a bunch of like little pewter cups and all sorts of odds and ends that he's got on him that he's been stealing this entire time.
Are we inside or outside?
You're
Assume we're
inside there.
inside.
Inside downstairs.
Inside, yeah, inside downstairs.
Is there a fireplace, or we just have a little fire going in the middle of the?
No, the piled up crystals that are
Ah,
hot.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep us warm without giving off a lot of light.
And he's going to reach the bottle over to Halloweth that's sitting next to him. And, aye, to the end of the world as we know it.
Absolutely, my friend.
I
To
feel
there
fine.
and back again.
I'll allow it.
Also, DM, there's going to be a no awareness. This is going to be a no awareness roll kind of night. That bottle of wine's
Oh.
getting crushed, and he's not getting like hammered, but he's like, this could be the last one he enjoys with his friends.
It's true.
It is true. Oh, very well. And Tariel sort of fumbling around, a flask or something. She finds a vessel. She thrusts
A
it out
vessel?
to Beery. A vessel of some sort.
vessel?
It's a
Drinking
slop
damn
button.
bottle.
It's a slop
Jesus.
bucket.
There
Yeah.
she is.
All right. She takes the damn bottle
It's delicious.
to the end of the
glad
world.
Yeah, I'm glad you're joining us, Commander. Take a seat. Actually, well, there's the little chair I put together for you right over there.
All right. For now.
Your
I
ankle
don't
is
trust-
killing you.
She's sitting on the floor
Okay.
for
fair
now.
enough,
She's
fair
all right. She's a little. I'm not sure she necessarily trusts her ability to navigate a giant turtle shell, and a bottle of wine. Let's not test our equilibrium
fates.
quite so far.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you, Commander. I've actually been trying to muster up the courage for a long time, but with a little bit of this good old Mirkwood vintage, it's coming a little easier. Well, you mentioned a name a while back in the the old where were we? The Kingdom of the Dead. That little place.
Oh, that place.
Yeah, that little spot. Well, you mentioned a name that I know. A legendary name. Keeley.
That you know.
And, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but, he's kind of a hero in my people. He was part of the party that, saved Erebor. Were you a part of all of that? That's my homeland.
Man, Charlotte's trying to figure out what anybody would know about that.
Been waiting for
I-
this for a long time.
I was not prepared. Now I wish I had a glass of wine. That is where I met Master Bilbo.
Yeah, he was what would they call him? Like, he was a burglar. Yeah.
He was.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I mean, we were always just so busy. I didn't have enough time to really, because, I mean, those are the legendary dwarves that, saved my home, brought us back.
Yes, and their path took them through Mirkwood, as did yours. It seems that all
What were they
roads lead to Mirkwood. What were they like?
Yeah,
All of them?
yeah. Tell me, I mean, what else are we going to do? Stress out about the end of the world?
Oh, they were the life of the party.
Oh,
They were stubborn and brave and foolish and strong. They were much like yourself in all of the good ways and the more inconvenient ones. They saved me as they saved all of us, and it was my honor to be a small part of what they achieved, but it was their achievement. And it does my heart good to know that they are still so highly thought of among your people.
Oh, and they will continue to be. And they couldn't have done it without you. I mean,
Hmm.
from knowing what I know about you,
Hmm.
nah, it wouldn't have stand a chance.
And yet, and maybe it's just the exhaustion of the travel, maybe it's deliberate, who will be able to say? But she, in front of Halloweth, now says, and yet, you may very well have undone much of what they set out to do.
To whom do you say this?
To you.
Oh, he's just taken aback because he totally like gets like 1,000-yard stare. What?
He is teasing you. She's teasing you, but it seems that the love of shiny things runs strong among your people.
Well, it's not just about shiny things. It's about. I've already explained myself. I don't need to go on and yawns about trying to make excuses about stuff. But like, it was a great plan.
I'm sure it was.
It's a great.
As are all of your plans. But
Have they failed us yet?
They have not.
That's right.
But I hope never to hear of the Arkenstone again.
Very well. I don't blame you.
She sips her wine. She has neatly avoided answering your question.
Halloweth, make me an insight check, please.
Oh, my God, you're sabotaging it.
It's time.
It's time. I hope.
Yeah, he succeeds.
You see Havari looking very inquisitive at Beery, trying to follow the conversation that just happened of the elven girl with the dwarven guys and the Arkenstone and and Beery. How does it all connect? And you hear Havari yell out, "Plan for what?"
Olberry has many plans.
Oh, I know.
It will come off very well.
Okay, well, I'm sure it'll be great, or it was great. What did he do?
Berry? Well, sadly, that part is a mystery to all of us. So
That's all right.
But that's okay. We can keep our secrets. Goodness knows I've had many, so.
I had no idea you were so old.
Oh, you have such a way with words, Havari, my goodness.
I mean that in terms of wisdom. You're very
Ah.
smart, and I kind of like it that he's scared of you.
Me too.
Dying! I'm dying!
Everybody wrapping up for the evening. Any other conversations we want to have while we're out drinking? All right. Who's taking the watch between the four of you?
Beery is feeling quite spunky.
Okay.
Beery's going to take a watch.
Okay. Beery, go
Yeah.
ahead and give me an awareness check.
Done.
Hmm.
He's got a little wee nip.
Did you Gandalf it?
I Gandalf. I don't know if I can show you. I could bend down the walls. Nah, it fell.
Of the dice, I believe you, of the dice tray. Okay. Okay, that was fast.
Hang on one second. I need to scroll much further down in my notes.
What do you
I was
mean that
expecting
was
to-
fast? What do you mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
You rolled a
I was
Gandalf
expecting
on the
to roll like crap.
I know. I typically don't expect you to roll Gandalfs on the first check just because of odds, but give me a second.
What is currently flying against the wind? Like,
What he's going to do,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever like when you start like I don't know, you're just like there's that sense of levity. Someone threw that word out before, and like that's exactly what it is. He's going to kind of like find that like hole in the ceiling and climb up off some like rickety stuff and try, and just kind of like as quietly as you can while being a little tipsy, pull some boards down and like climb his way out through the lid and just kind of sit on the roof.
Okay.
Just, like look around.
Because you rolled the Gandalf, I'm gonna let you choose. Beery, what kind of traps would you have laid further out from the building itself, if any, to alert you to the approach of anybody, or would you have done that?
I think mainly the traps were like a point of entry into our like little cottage shack.
Okay.
But I'm imagining there's like a lot of shale and stuff like that. And I don't know.
Okay. Here's what I will say happens then. With a Gandalf awareness check, you hear the clip-clop of horses before you see them. And off a little bit of ways, you see one horribly disfigured orc pulling several horses by their stirrups, I think they're called, or the thing in their mouth that has the thing you
Bridle.
hold on to. Bridle, yes.
Yeah.
Holding the bridle, like many bridles, in his hands.
A single orc
Yes.
toting horses.
Yes.
How far away from this house?
Not terribly far, and it is heading in the direction of the house.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, on a
Okay.
Gandalf, I think you'll realize you're in a barn.
We're in a barn.
oh,
You're in a barn.
We're in a barn.
In a
I mean-
barn. Okay.
We didn't need to roll a
You-
Gandalf to know we were in a barn.
I feel like I didn't make it clear. I included it as information that you should have already known, but just in case it wasn't obvious, you're in a
So
barn.
is there like hay around and stuff?
No, that's the
Oh.
thing. It's a shit barn. There's nothing
Okay.
left in Mordor that can like
Crappy barn.
crappy
Yeah.
barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the rooftop, old Saint Nick Beery is going to crawl like with his ass like in the air, like army crawl across the roof to get to where the eave is, and just like very, because he's not gonna like hazard waking everybody up to try and because he might alert the orc,
Right.
but he's gonna get to the gable end, right at the peak for when like this orc enters. Let me know when it gets close enough.
You know what? Here, hang on. No, on a Gandalf, I'll say you spot it from far enough away. No checks needed. It's walking right up, and it looks as though it will throw open those barn doors shortly.
How high is this peak from the ground?
2 stories, I think. I think it's like 4. Like, is it 7 feet or 10 feet per story? I think something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
15,
feet
15,
about,
20,
yeah.
15, 20 feet. Yeah.
This is such a
14
bad idea.
feet.
But he needs to get the drop on this orc. So what he's going to do is he's going to drop,
Yeah.
and he's going to leap down and just like kind of hope the orc breaks his fall, and probably he's going to hopefully kill that damn thing. He's just going to cannonball the orc, like kind of just grab him.
Just make an athletics check.
And okay. He's going to try and crush
The orc.
this orc by breaking his fall. But he's got a little wee nip on him, so he's tougher than normal right now. I don't know if you guys have ever like
Fallen
done
over
spelunking or
drunk
something
and
with some wine.
gone
Had a
spelunking
bar,
with some.
had a bar fight over pool.
Yeah, you're pretty tough.
Oh.
Drunk.
Zach.
Oh,
We don't
Ooh,
need
is
that lore
lore?
right here.
Pool is the worst. I'm just
There
saying
is
that
a
now.
6 involved.
Oh boy.
Did sustain a foosball injury that way once.
Oh. Okay.
20.
or
20.
20. And he's just gonna be like on this like little gable and just kind of like gauging it right, and then just
He tosses himself.
but like tries to grab him on his way down to just crush this orc.
The rest of you are awoken to the sound of
Barry?
Take a fellowship point. Take a fucking fellowship point.
Incredible. Incredible.
Oh, that is second only to Tori and Charlotte's double yes about the woman being paraded around as Eowyn being simultaneous. Incredible work, both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys throw open the door, and Beery is sitting on the crushed skull of the orc who, because of Beery's weight and height and stature, the stirrups are underneath his body, having been pulled forcefully, so you don't even have to worry about losing the horses. And Tariel, you see that one of the horses is the one you left in Isengard.
Oh, shit.
I found some horses.
That was a while ago.
It doesn't look good.
He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good? What does he look like?
It looks like a malnourished horse that's been kidnapped and brought to Mordor.
No.
No! Horse girl Tori's like, no.
Our baby, no.
Yeah, I mean, Tariel, forgetting all about her injury, is going to bolt over to the horse, check it, start speaking to it in Sindarin,
You feel...
soothing it.
Yeah, you feel a deeper connection through a Sanway. No words, but a little bit of emotion. There's a... It's not spiritual, but it's an ethereal almost kind of connection that in the space of the typical elven relationship with horses of being able to speak and soothe, you now understand what it has been through and you feel the welcome and the happiness that the sight of you brings to it.
She conveys to it her deep remorse for having put it in that position, that this was not the outcome that she wanted, that she was trying to keep him safe, but that she is so, so relieved to see him alive.
You feel the feeling of contentment despite the turmoil. A boat in troubled waters is still safer than being overboard. And you can be that boat. You feel the understanding of trouble and then the feeling of something you might not understand right away, but as the mental picture grows, it changes to Ent, and then Huorn, and then Branch, and then Twist, and then Corruption, and then Root, and you sort of feel similar to what Halloweth described of the sort of tree-like being that you saw in the Paths of the Dead, as the Huorns form within themselves as the ideas of nature and corruption and earth turning against their brother. And you understand this creation to be that of the nest, and it is asking in a questioning way whether the nest is a destination.
Yes.
Okay. For the final rolls of the evening, please roll me 2 d12s. Having successfully defeated Sauron in a single shot of my 3 paths, you have...
Are we all rolling 2d12s?
You're all rolling 2 d12s as the horses are going to begin the travel portion of our next rolls, and we will sort of...
We got horses!
You got horses.
Finally. Yes.
12.
12.
9.
9. Okay.
13.
12.
9.
13. 9. 2 9s. 12. 13. Okay, so what I'm doing is this. I am taking the highest of the D12s and the lowest of the D12s, and I am getting rid of them. So to travel on horseback through Mordor is going to be significantly more dangerous. So the most you believe you can travel by horse is going to be 21 miles in a day if you choose to go. And that will not necessarily be a roll you have to make again for certain encounters. This is, we are on horseback, we are going faster than most things, and unless we roll very poorly and get spotted by something, we can move significantly faster through this area if you so choose.
How many
And
horses
remind-
are there? Thank you. Wavelength.
We're going to say that there are enough for Beery to ride on with one of you, and one enough extra for Havari and Raval.
Good.
Right.
So it would be
Are both horses in bad shape?
so 5 total, I think. The horses are in. No, sorry, hang on. 1,
Four.
2, 3,
4.
4.
Sorry, I thought
Yes,
you
sorry,
mentioned-
4
okay.
horses. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just one for Beery and one of. Okay.
No,
got it.
yeah, no,
4
sorry,
horses,
sorry.
got it.
I was doing my math incorrectly. There is an yeah. Sorry, what was your question?
Are they in bad shape?
Yours looks the most malnourished, but it's not walking with any sort of limp. You can see the ribs, and it's not great, but you get the sense that it could hold your weight.
Okay.
They're part of the quest now. They're
All right.
part of the everyone looks shitty. Let's
Why-
keep going.
Do
So,
we know why they're not speaking?
make me an insight check. Anyone can actually, if you want.
Yeah,
Beery's too busy rummaging through the orc's belongings.
Gotten so used to animals talking at this point,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind
Yeah.
of strange when they don't.
Ooh. Nope.
19.
19.
I hit my target number exactly.
Got it. Do you say this out loud, or do you think it, or are you trying to, like, do you ask it? What is the...
I would say after this brief exchange
Mm-hmm.
with her horse, maybe even just sort of almost not even realizing she said anything, Taria will just mutter something like, "If only you had the powers of your brethren, so that I could better understand."
You feel the concepts or the ideas of hope for the future with the understanding that what happened in the past is so painful that anything new that is not of its original horse that it felt like before this happened, it doesn't necessarily want to talk about it. Bringing it up is painful.
Tariel turns to Raval and Havari and says, "This one will take you home."
Raval is going to nod at you and look immediately over at you, Tinel. Make eye contact. With my own life. Looks over at Beery. Swing hard, the great hammer of Beery the Brave. Looks over at
Don't
you.
you worry.
Looks over at you, Halloweth. Don't miss.
I haven't so far.
Nods. Looks over at you, Tariel. Elfin salute. And a bow. if I never see you again. You are dearer to me than the air I breathe. You have changed me in a way I do not deserve. From your kindness, and your boisterousness, and your brashness, and every other bit of you, I am grateful.
I wish you joy. You have given me much. You have given me much inconvenience. You have been a thorn in my side. But I think when at last you, and here she regards the two of them with Havari, I think when at last you bloom, it will be all the more beautiful for its fleeting nature. But first you must get to fertile ground. And she pulls him into an embrace.
He hugs you
And-
right back.
Everyone drink, kiss on the forehead.
Yes. A sign of peace, truly.
There we go. Go ahead and take a hope point, Tariel.
Aw,
Yay.
thanks.
Nice.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
And then she will also rub her horse, who I don't think has a name,
Oh, I don't believe we've
On-
named it. No.
on his nose, and also give him a little kiss on his nose.
Gives
and
you a little
say-
lip nibble.
Oh. Barry, do we have anything? She's gesturing at the horse, like,
Yeah.
what do we got? We got apples, we got sugar cubes, what do we got? We got grain, we got hay, what do we have?
Sugar cubes.
Something.
And Mordor?
Listen, Beery,
I mean, we got wine.
Beery has smuggled all kinds of shit out of
me-
Gondor.
Horses
Look at my
can
notes.
drink. Horses can drink beer.
What?
Got beer.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
I know they can. Do we want to give the horse beer before he sets off across Mordor? Probably not.
Beer is basically oats.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's the reason they can have it.
hops.
Yeah.
Barley.
Beery, make me a scan check.
Yeah.
I don't know what this man has. Everyone was surprised that Sam had salt from the Shire. Maybe Beery's been hoarding sugar. I don't know.
21.
Was it 21? Yeah. You, in glancing all up and down your body of what you could possibly see, notice that there look to be fresh oats in the pocket of the orc that you are sitting
As he's
underneath.
rifling through,
As you rifle through the body of the dead orc. It's
Wonderful.
lifts him up, tosses him to Tariel.
Boom.
spill
Snatches
everywhere.
him out of the air. Snatches him out of the air. Ration these. I don't know if it's like in a saddlebag.
I think Raval will
Yeah.
grab it, and he's gonna hop onto the horse. Havari is gonna look at all of you. Good luck. Thank you. And and she just kind of sits there like, not really sure, not one for speeches. Raval having sort of given his very poetic, very meaningful, she's sort of at a loss for words. And you see she's just as scared as she was last night.
Havari, go to your sister. Survive. I look forward to being shot by you again.
I don't know why I would.
I don't either, but I didn't know that the first time.
That's fair. I would much rather...
Or the second.
I deserve that. What about instead of shooting at you, shooting with you, side by side?
Never thought I'd be fighting side by side with a human.
I never thought I'd be fighting side by side with an elf.
Don't you fucking say it. We don't need these.
Don was supposed to say it and he didn't. So we have to let it ride.
Yeah.
Don missed it. Don whiffed it.
I know exactly what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And I am showing enormous restraint because I respect the hustle.
All right.
I respect the hustle. Oh, fuck. Sorry. You broke me.
Drink for breaking Don.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think Havari is just going to nod. Say, until we meet again. Goes up to you, Beery. Big hug. Just the biggest hug.
Oh, yeah. All right, there. Get the hell out of here, lovebirds.
Can we come visit you at Erebor one day?
I don't know if I'll go back to Erebor. I hear the glittering caves is pretty nice this time of year.
Oh, in Rohan, I've heard about those in the books I was reading. Yes, I've always wanted. Yes, and then kind of looks around, realizes where she is, looks at you, Halloweth. Thank you for being kind to my sister on the boat.
We set out to help and protect all that is good in Middle-earth. That's why we're here. You are good beyond all else. So naturally.
Thank you. You have some of that good in yourself, you know. I see that the doom and the gloom is not your only personality traits, despite Raval's contrary notions.
I've been helped a lot by the people beside me. And you should take that on board too. But for now, we must all be going. Time is ever fleeting.
She nods, looks down at the ground, and the eyes stay down before she comes to you, Tinel. She can't look up.
Tinel embraces her and just whispers, "Ride far, ride fast."
We will.
Tinel lets go of the hug and kind of then forcefully pulls her back. I don't know where home is for me, but I do promise I will bring you there.
I'd like to sit under some trees in the sun. Again, feel the sunshine on my face.
I will make that happen.
Thank you.
Go.
For the final time,
Mm-hmm.
single tear down the cheek as she hops up on the horse. You watch as Raval and Havari ride Tariel's horse off into the distance. Now, I didn't want to metagame too much because I didn't want you all to feel rushed. But because of the roles that you had with the horses, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. So we are going to say that 21 miles with that 12 and that 9 that you rolled is going to be the amount that you traveled on top of the 43. So if I get my calculator out, 43 plus
64.
64. You will now all be rolling d12s for the rest of your time, which means you have gathered the ability to reach Gwaihir on the next episode of the Unpredicted Party.
Oh my god!
And we're gonna get his ass!
We're gonna get his ass.
Woo!
I'm gonna go get him.
Here we go.
About bloody
Here we
time.
go.
Am I right, audience?
Oh my god.
How long? 30 episodes, he said. And here we
30.
are.
I
Are
don't.
we gonna land
1,021
this?
episodes later.
I don't.
Are we going to land this on Don Marshall's 72 episode?
No, we're gonna blame it
No.
on you and all of
Yeah.
your little campfire, drunken mishaps.
It's it.
We
got
did-
horses now.
We did spend about an hour on a 3-hour episode on a boat drinking upriver to go to
That's
Minas
true.
Tirith. That is, I do just want to point that,
And I do it again.
and I would too. And
Also
I,
the best time.
I don't necessarily want to show the receipts, but Zach, you know who wasn't here by episode 30? Brennan Lee Mulligan. You know who else wasn't here? Our good buddy Trevor Collins from Rooster Teeth, who you
do
fangirled
love
publicly
Trevor.
about on this show.
That's
Maybe.
true.
Also, I like hanging out with you guys. So
Right?
Yeah.
Same.
it was
It's
cool. to
been
hang out.
fantastic.
Thank you,
And-
I
guys.
would do this for 100 more episodes.
I
just
know
to
you
be
would.
Yeah,
so
very
clear.
true. Yeah.
Well,
Just saying.
season 2, everyone. Like, actually,
What if-
honestly, you know what? If we stopped at 30, I guarantee we wouldn't have be considering
Yeah.
such a prominent season 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like we would have sped up and then kind of lost momentum at the end.
We
at
would have
30.
petered out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, thanks for watching,
Fireside
everybody.
chats.
I've been Don Marshall, the obscure Lord of the Rings facts guy. Join us on Patreon for a shorter, unpredicted after party. YouTube.com/DonMarshall72. With what could, because of how this combat system works,
Oh my god.
could be
No. So...
the final episode.
I will have an apple. Like, this is Lord
We're gonna
of the
have
Rings.
appendices. We're
Right,
gonna have
but what if
multiple
we
endings.
All die?
Well, then that's
If we
the
all
epilogue.
die.
Is our
Why?
funeral.
Why do you think I wrote shit at the end of Raval's poem?
Don't say it. Don't say that.
Ooh.
Hey, I am sure live chat is having their own sort of emotions, so I will just make sure that we, as players, feel comfortable at all tables we are at. I love you guys. This has been an absolutely wild ride. Next episode will have a lot of emotion in it. You are not yet at Gwai here, so the danger is not done, but there is potential, and let's just make sure we're all emotionally prepared for something like this with several boxes of tissues and or several boxes of alcohol, depending on your vice of choice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing but joy and victory.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Join us on patreon.com/DonMarshall72 for the Unpredicted After Party. Namarie, bitches.
All right, bitches.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very well.